right here itself. We got Big Worm.
Yo.
We got Coach Jody Aubrey.
Right now.
Now, do you still consider yourself a coach, or you just call yourself Luca now? Well, what are they people? Because you was just coaching.
Coach Walker.
Okay, there you go.
Lucas Walker.
I got you. Man, we're going to get in this top 10 all around players out of Texarkana. I'm glad Davita ain't here because she be hollering about somebody from New Mexico. Very clearly stated top 10 Texarkana.
She fired, man. She call in she call in one time a week.
I think she be running from this top 10 stuff.
Well,
because she ain't got
we got a couple of historians up here, so I guess I'm gonna play the field.
But man, before I get in this top 10, man, I need to give a shout out to my boy Braylon Bishop. I'm getting drafted yesterday because he went to school at Arkansas High. He got drafted in the 14th round. I'm not sure what pick. I think it was the first pick of the 14th round to the Pittsburgh Pirates. When my man decided to opt out of not going to the minor, he's going to go up there to the Ville with those Razorbacks, Woo Pig, and see what we can do up there. So
maybe he can break the curse.
No doubt. But I'm looking forward to actually seeing him play. His dream was always to get, go to the, to the league. And of course, he's going. The Lord's going to take him on a different route this time. So, again, shout out to my boy Braylon for getting his name called, and I'm ready to see what he's going to do in that what is the Arkansas colors? What color
crimson,
is that?
Is it not?
I think it's crimson.
It's not crimson red. It's what kind of red it is?
Scarlet, maybe.
Scarlet red.
Yeah. That's color red. I'm ready to see what he's going to do in that red. Oh man, so let's go ahead and get in this top 10. Now, like I always do, I call out a bunch of names, and this is not my top 10. It's not no particular order. I'm gonna give some names to throw out there, and I'm sure these other guys will add to it, and they'll get their top 10. But here's some names that I got. I got Will Middlebrooks. Mm-hmm. Now I might say this guy's name wrong. You might can help me with this because I know you know him too. Damian Watts, is that his name?
Yep.
Okay. Of course, Luca Walker himself. Then Big Brother.
Like the Donovich.
Hey, and what's your Big Brother first name?
Michael.
Michael.
Yeah.
I need you to pause right quick. Just real. Look at your statue. Look at your stuff. Turn it around.
Oh my God! Don't tell me they done something to bobblehead. don't tell me they done something to bobblehead. I mean, who touched bobblehead like this? That's okay. We gonna put bobblehead right here. He in timeout. That must have been a Vita.
Oh no!
I'm gonna get to the bottom of it, and somebody gonna pay for that.
I just gotta.
Somebody gonna pay for that. Who is this? Hey Cam, give this Sean. See, it got me started already this morning. Get this Sean Coleman.
Oh, Sean,
a mile high. Sean Coleman, whoever you are, this is for you. Hook him.
Let us get through.
That's for you, Sean Coleman. Y'all know Sean Coleman?
I do.
I don't.
Okay, that's just for you. I dedicate that to you.
That's a Hooks boy.
Anyhow, I got Big Walker. Then I got Trey Carson, Nate Sorensen, Ron Sellers, Tor Thurston, Joe Nard, Nate Vasher, Eric Warfield, Cameron Collier, Roger Price, Braylon Bishop. Hey, what's that car dude name? What's his name? Derek.
Which car?
The fast one, the football player, the one that ran track that was real fast, and the running back. Take us high.
Car?
Maybe I said maybe it's wrong. He was good though. He came out like in the late 90s, like 97, 96, 98. He was a running back. He was real good.
I can't.
But he was like a 10-300 meter runner too though.
I got you. I can't place it.
Dang.
But since you said that, my disclaimer, let me go ahead and put that out there right now. It's hard to come up here and come up with a list of top talented guys from this area.
Charlie Carr, that's his
And
name.
That's it. And not include the guys like the Roddy Haleys, the Jimmy Frenches,
Yeah.
the Air French Murphys, and guys of that nature, man. So for me, I kind of downsized my list from just the past 20 years.
Yeah.
My list
They
is the
upper
top multifaceted athletes from the past 20 years.
Yeah.
That's 2000 to 2020. So for me, that's going to exclude the guys who just came out, such as Ryan Sellers or Braylon Bishop. So I just want to put that out there right now and let you guys know what's going on with that.
I do got a question with this. Is it so? Are we doing? Hey, they got to be multiple sport athletes. Like they were dominant in one sport, but also good in another. Like great in another sport, but dominant in one sport.
Mhm.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure on that.
Then, of course, I got
Four.
Kobe Hamilton, Brandon Jones, Chris Sutton, Chris Lyles, Charles Redmond, and I don't know Kojak from Arkansas High last
I remember
name.
Kojak.
Coach Kojak was a talented guy. And then Craig Monroe.
Yep. Craig, good one.
Corey Thurman.
Go Thurman.
But those are the few guys that I came up with just sitting around.
Did Dustin Mosley play basketball at all or anything?
No,
like
he
that?
stopped.
He's
He
just-
focused on
okay.
baseball.
I didn't put him on mine. I was
Yeah.
just I was trying to look him
He,
up.
he,
and
he
try to
did what
figure
most of those guys
Yeah.
do. They get to their
Okay.
sophomore year
Yeah.
and kind of quit
Yeah.
playing
For
that
sure.
Make that choice. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense. I just
Because after his sophomore year, he didn't play anything other than baseball.
Basketball, that's right.
And of course, we had that top 10 baseball player all the time coming out soon. So
It's going to be fun.
no
that
doubt.
was a good one right there. I got a lot of baseball guys.
Hey, so look, so y'all make sure y'all look forward to that one there.
That was good.
And matter of fact, we even gonna do the top 10 track.
Oh.
No doubt.
I got number one on that one on Jerry and Lawson.
Hey, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough one.
That's gonna be tough
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
because you go back to the upper with those names you just
Yeah.
called.
Saying,
Yeah, Roddy Haley.
Exactly. Exactly.
Jimmy French. Yeah, that's a different level.
I mean, but you also got though the Carter boy. That's his last name, Carter. The when Texas won the state in 05.
Yeah. No, you talking about
Kevin Carter. Was somebody there?
No, you talking about track?
Yeah.
No, we had two. Of course, we had Kobe, and of course, we had Kevin Harris.
Kerry
Yeah.
Harris. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Kobe on this list.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah. Let's get to it, man.
But man, I'm gonna go ahead and just put one of mine that's in my top 10. And of course, he's the first name I even called was Will Middlebrooks.
You going in order?
No,
Come on, man. Quit playing.
somebody go to somebody like 1 through 10.
Yeah. It's your list.
Yeah, it's my list, but I'm gonna have, you know how I get.
Ah,
You might be number one when I start.
Right,
you may
right,
think it's
right,
not
right.
in my list.
it would be altered.
Yes.
I got you. I understand.
But because he's gonna be on there regardless.
Yeah.
He may just be number one. Maybe he probably is. he my number one.
Will Middlebrooks?
Yeah,
Okay.
he my number
Agreed.
one.
Okay.
I don't know if there was something that guy couldn't do.
No, there was nothing Will Middlebrooks couldn't do, man. He was so talented and excelled in every sport he touched the field on.
So the guy probably could have went D1 in anything that he focused on.
And probably was a better punter than
Yeah, I mean, to be able to be offered in two
Still
different positions in football, then come out there on the baseball diamond and do what he was able to do. I mean, I heard he can golf. I mean, he can do it all. you know, and
that's a real athlete.
just
No
completely.
doubt. I mean, that's why this right here is like best all around. Like,
Well,
can you do multiple things?
is Will Middlebrooks on your list? What number is he for you?
He was number one though.
What number is he for you?
Number 3.
What about you?
One.
Number one? For me, he was number 2.
I got you.
Yep.
And he was because at that time when I was writing, I didn't change it. I mean, I went.
got you.
Kobe was actually. I looked at like what he done. Kobe Hamilton was for me.
Okay, I
A
understand
video of him.
that. Yeah, big boy.
That was
yeah,
I remember watching that when I was in high school. It was nuts.
yeah, that's a solid pick right there, man.
No-
Will Middlebrooks, the guy.
No doubt. So Corey, who you got number
Kobe
one?
was number one for me. Kobe
Kobe
Hamilton.
Mm.
I was big dude can run, great football player, and I looked at it like that. I looked at the body of work he did, the high school work.
All this
I mean,
is his body of high school.
Yeah,
I don't,
the
this is
body of high school work that he done for us. Being
Kobe-
an elite sprinter.
Kobe Hamilton for me, he was a guy that because he was so great at football as well as track, he knocked off a lot of these track guys that were like Fred Rose, Kevin Harris, who I mean dominant on the track, but in football not as dominant as Kobe Hamilton. And so I mean he in order to be able to replicate his type of success, Like you really had to be a dog out there.
But now Kobe also played baseball.
And he played
he
baseball.
did. That's what I was going to bring up.
Exactly. He played
Kobe as a young kid, him and my brother were really good friends. Still great friends. That when he comes in town, Kobe comes over to the house and does all those things. But Kobe, when he was probably a teenager, dude could hit. Man.
Yeah.
Called him game time because he the only time he would show up, he would never show up about baseball. He'd show up 30 minutes before the game. Yeah. Kobe would show up right in, but hey, my dad would have him right in the lineup, ready to roll.
It's that guy, the coach. Wait a minute, man. We're gonna start in a few minutes.
Yeah, man.
Kobe's your number 1.
Yeah.
Is he on your list?
Yeah, Kobe's number 4 on my list.
Wait, is he on your list?
Yeah,
He's number 5 for me.
because I got him. No, I didn't.
We know.
I do. Yeah.
I'm just look when it comes to number 1 and the top 10 out. It's hard to
It's
just
very hard.
put
Very
that.
hard.
I mean, but
Yeah.
your he's an historian. You gotta know.
Oh yeah, no, I watched the show. Yeah, I know that for sure.
Okay, so you have Middlebrooks number 1.
Number 1, yep, Middlebrooks. Actually, I'm tied. I'm hitting
Tied.
Trey Carson.
I got you.
1A, 1B.
Y'all put big
No,
pressure
I'm
on the
tied
list.
with Brandon Jones. I'm saying I'm doing what
So,
Trey Carson.
but that's you're in my list. Now,
Well, for me, my number 1 guy is just a guy who I hadn't seen anybody like him since him, and that's just Brandon Jones, man. His level of dominance in football, to be the 3A player of the year, and then go out there on the baseball field, get drafted, be a dominant player, and then on the track. Like, people just don't know how fast that guy was, how well he could jump. He could have been almost really an Olympic qualifier if he'd have pursued just solely track.
Yeah.
So his level of excellence and dominance in those 3 sports for me, I just hadn't seen anything like that, even closer to being parallel with that.
and that's why I hate top 10
Yeah, of course. But for me, that's just my number 1 guy.
because he's my list.
I mean, I know we're just talking about high school, but when he went to college, as a freshman
yes.
started
Yeah.
on the baseball field, on the
Yes.
football
On
field.
the
You know how
football
hard? I
field,
mean,
man.
you gotta be.
That's almost impossible. You
Yeah.
have to be that guy.
I mean, you're talking about Bo Jackson.
Come on.
Guys like, I mean, I'm not saying like that,
Right,
but that's
right,
what
right.
he did.
Yeah.
That's
But
kind
the
of same
potential,
thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
everybody saw it. Everybody
Yeah.
saw it, man. Till this day, he still gets talked about as being one of the greatest athletes to ever come around, and not just our part of town, but in Texas. Period. I mean, he was dominant.
So I'm gonna give my number 2. So this is in my order. Number 2 is for me Trey Carson.
Yep.
For what he did on the football field and what he did in track. Because everybody know he wasn't a track star.
Yeah.
But what he did on the basketball court.
Yes.
Again, for him to make All-State in football and All-State in basketball.
I mean, but before that, I don't think we've seen at a school like a Liberty Yalo or a Arkansas High, Texas High, Pleasant Grove, a guy be a freshman and start on the football field and the basketball court as a freshman. I mean, that's almost unheard of.
And you couldn't tell which sport he was better than.
No.
Better.
I mean, come on, you saw what he did.
Yeah.
At that time, I mean, I remember going to those in the Raider Dome,
Yeah.
just watching.
You thought it was going.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be a freaking star. I mean, but even because I was a grade behind him,
Yeah.
so like we played him in middle school
Yeah.
growing up, and it was just, I mean, dominant. All those guys were dominant over there in that class. I mean, you had Trey Norman,
You had some
could
guys.
light it up from the
Yes.
3. Like you had
Yes.
guys that could
Yes.
go,
Yes.
and you had Huff that was a grade above him.
Yeah,
Like I mean,
he definitely was not a starter as a freshman based off of the talent level. They had some guys.
Oh, no, they had- they had guys that could go.
some good players, and he was still able to come out there and outshine them. And
Yeah.
he's number 3 on my list.
Yep, I got him number 4, but could be 3, 4. I got him with.
I got Trey 4 there. Y'all got these top 10 lists. I'm just calling names because everybody you gonna name pretty much is gonna be on my list.
Oh, yeah.
and
I feel
I
you.
just can't put because they're so dominant.
I'm placing them just off my own personal theoretical opinion of what I saw
for sure.
and how I
No,
compare them.
100%.
All right, so Corey, who you got coming off?
Brandon Jones was on my list as my number 2.
I got you.
So you mean just move to another a name?
Yeah.
It's gonna be Nate Vashon. Big time football
And
player.
let me tell you something. That was one that I wrestled with so heavily because Nathan was. I mean, everybody know what he did on the football field.
Yeah.
And as well as the track.
I follow
that's
track.
That's why I was talking about Kobe because
Yeah.
what Kobe was able to do, people couldn't replicate that. And so because of what he was able to do success-wise, a guy like Nathan Vasher, I couldn't bump him in because he didn't replicate what Kobe did. He didn't go to state and dominate like Kobe did. But we knew the talent was there. I mean, he was honestly his senior year. He had a stomach virus at the regional track meet, and he couldn't run the open 100. He was a 10.3, 10.2 guy.
10.37.
And so he couldn't run the open 100. All he could do was the relays, and so that wiped out what he would have been able to do, because he would have qualified for state. He probably would have won, but he had a stomach virus the night before. I was there. I was a freshman. And he was bad sick, man. Couldn't even come out of his room.
And I don't know if you remember how big he was as a senior.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't look like a guy they could run with that kind of elite speed like that on the track, but he was big.
And he was so smooth, man.
Yeah.
So smooth.
Here you go, Walker.
I got actually got my number 10. Actually, I got Bo Bigum.
Bo Bigum. Bo Bigum.
Got that guy name.
He's number 9 on my list.
Man, I forgot all about Bo.
Bo Bigum is number 9.
How did I forget Bo?
Two-time All-State in both sports.
Both sports.
Both sports.
2 state championships.
2 state championships in both sports. He won in baseball too.
Yes.
And he was also the 3A Baseball Player of the Year.
Arkansas Democrat.
Arkansas Baseball Player of the Year.
Arkansas Player of the Year.
But a story about Bo. So all these like Will, Bo, Kobe, Early, Nathan Sorensen, guys like that, they all played that Legion baseball. And my dad was a coach, so I was able to hang around with those guys. But Bo, his senior year, tore his labrum, and he was a right-handed batter.
And
so he flipped to the left side. He was in a switch hitter, but flipped to the left side of the bat, and he batted all Legion, hit like 8 or like probably like 15 bombs.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Oh, yeah?
Left-handed. Yeah, like it's like
how many?
Like 15 bombs in Legion. Well, and then he went to Arkansas and started as a freshman.
And
all SEC.
Yeah,
like
Bo,
when you were talking about like do the curse, he was the first one there and actually did really well. Like,
Facts.
wow.
He did well at Arkansas.
Yeah.
Bo Bigum was
I
number 9
thought
on my
about when I was before I even wrote my list down, like days before.
Yeah.
I was thinking of him. It's one of the first names popped in my head.
And just forgot to put
I
him on.
just got to just write him down.
He's number 9 on my
dude
list,
was an
man.
athlete.
Bo
Yeah,
Bigum
yes, he was.
Truly
He could
a
roll.
athlete.
He's
And
fast.
He could fly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He could have got on that track and really beat some guys.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get my third off my list. Believe it or not, she's a lady.
No.
Yeah, Daphne Harris, Arkansas High. I don't think I never seen a girl in Texarkana like her that dominated in every sport she played, whether it's on the volleyball court, the basketball court, and track. Like, she was different.
Yeah,
Hey, I never seen another girl down here that was able to do what she was able to do. Like, she won state in track just off her back, because again, you couldn't beat her.
Right.
And again, that's why she went to Arkansas on a track scholarship. But that girl was one hell of an athlete. And of course, can she compete with some of these guys? No, but was she that dominant to be on the list? Yes.
I understand.
That's respect.
Yeah,
Because
most definitely.
I remember the name. I didn't know I remember the name. I believe it was track.
Yeah, like no, she did it all.
She played every sport.
And she was good at it. I said I'd never seen another girl since her. I'm not even sure if there was somebody even like that before her. They was able to dominate in the fashion she dominated. Like, that's why I have to put her on here with the boys, or the guys, shall I say, because the fashion she dominated. Again, she went to Arkansas and did a thing in Arkansas. So, but she had to make my list.
I got you, man. My number 4 for me is Nathan Sorensen, man. Nathan Sorensen, just all around total complete athlete.
Yeah.
I mean, on the football field, you knew what he could do. He could run, he could throw. Went to Oklahoma State, played receiver. That shows you how much of an athlete he was. Baseball diamond, you know what
Dominant.
he do. State championship there. On the track, people did not know how fast Nathan was.
It was fast.
Until Waddy Myers, his junior year, he steps out there and he's running against Kobe Hamilton in the open 100. And Kobe took off. He knew he was going to win. And all of a sudden, here you see Nate. I mean, literally, pop right behind him. And everybody was like, ooh, that's all you heard. Because nobody knew that he could run like that, except for a few people. And of course, he was a third leg on that 4x2 state championship relay. I mean, Nathan Sorensen, to me, was just a complete athlete and one of the best I've seen come through here.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Both of those guys were big guys too.
Yeah, exactly.
They're the 2 biggest guys in the race.
Yeah, biggest guys on the track.
Both 6'3" guys that could roll.
And had a good mass.
Yeah, I got Nathan at 6 on my list too.
Because he's on my list too. Because he was a talent.
Yes.
Yeah, the dude, great baseball leadoff hitter. Baseball as a young cat when they they had guys on that team. When you got Heathcott, you had Dudley, Turley.
Yes.
I mean, you had guys that were just
Turley. That was the pitcher, right? Which one was the left-hand pitcher?
Turley and Fan.
Yeah,
both on left hand.
And Heathcott.
Okay. And Heathcott, yeah.
Heathcott, first round pick. You know.
Now, which one went to Arkansas? Was it Fan?
Fan went to Arkansas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turley went to Baylor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Dudley went to Louisiana Tech, and then Heathcott went to the Yankees.
You see how hard baseball is going to be?
Yeah, baseball gonna be real hard.
Gonna be fun, man.
It's gonna be real hard.
I mean, every single one of those guys got drafted out of high school.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard.
All 4 of them, same grade.
Yep, same grade.
It's gonna be real
then
hard.
The
in baseball.
before them, you had Stilson.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
I forgot about him.
John,
Yep.
which he's a dominant athlete too.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. I mean, you had guys.
Yeah, that baseball just put a whole lot on my mind.
Yeah.
Cause that's gonna be hard to do. The top 10 baseball.
Oh yeah.
I'm about to change the top 20 or something.
Nah, you gotta have guys who worth mentioning, but we have to compromise.
Yeah,
you know?
that's gonna be hard. And man, cause them names I forgot about. I know about the Yankees guy.
Yeah,
Heathcott.
Yeah, I know about him.
Yeah.
But the other ones I knew about, but I just forgot.
Yeah.
Well, they was good.
Heathcott senior year when they won it, he didn't pitch at all the whole season.
They had too
Comes
many guys.
comes in the last out or last inning of the state game in 2009. It was when they won it, and pumping 95 in the state game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't pitch an inning all season.
And I was in the likes of Farron then, but I didn't realize there was going to be other kids that come behind him, like David Farron.
Yeah.
And those guys can do much better.
Craig Monroe, Dustin Mosley, like you got guys like that.
And Mosley was throwing
that had careers.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, exactly.
Mosley was throwing it too.
Oh yeah.
So who is it on?
That's on you, I think.
Well, this guy that I'm putting on my list is Charles Redmond. Charles Redmond was a oh my God! Why these people? Hey, Donovan, give Benjamin Gooden a Mount High salute. Benjamin, this for you, Benjamin. Hook him, Benjamin. That's just for you. I dedicate that to you. Talking about damn Miami Hurricanes.
It looked like Miami colors.
What? What like Miami colors? That negative. That's a burnt orange. Miami's not burnt orange. We just orange.
Hey, Ben was one of the best athletes I've seen.
Ben was
an athlete.
How we gonna give him a hook? Now we're talking about him.
I mean, you just said he registered on my mind.
Yeah, but
Ben, truly athletic.
He was Ben was able to run down that track. If he can do nothing else, he can run. But let's go back to Charles Redmond. Man, Charles Redmond, when he was in that option offense at LE, I don't think they had a quarterback that ran it better.
Right.
And you can put him on the track. He was gonna run a real nice time, and he was excellent in baseball. He got drafted coming out of high school. I don't remember like where he got drafted at, but he ended up going to I think it's Navarro Junior College for baseball, and I don't know what happened after that point. But as far as high school wise, he's one hell of an athlete. So that's number 4 on my list.
Okay.
I don't have a pick. I'm gonna steal this one because I did when we came in. I watched this kid high jump and play football. Nick Holford.
Yep.
When you mentioned that name, Nick Holford was.
Now, he just made that up.
No, he did. No,
they did discuss that before.
But see, Nick Holford was around my time.
Yeah.
No, he just made that
now,
up.
he knew who he was.
I just told him he stole it.
I said state championship high jumper. He's like,
I know.
So when did Holford graduate?
I don't know.
Thank you.
Hey, but I know the name.
He was a big time high jumper at one state in the high
what makes
jump.
him special.
Great football player. When PG was good at a point in time. They wouldn't win in state, but they were
competitive.
They had some real athletes over there. And he was one of them.
99, 2000?
I believe it was 99. He was
99. It was 99.
It was 99.
Or maybe 98.
98. He was with me.
Okay.
He was after me because I know WD Lacey was with me.
Now, around like 98 through like 01, PG was competitive.
Yeah.
Then it stopped until the Grays and all them other guys got there.
That's right, Sal. He was 96. He was before me. He was
Talking about this
96. He was before me. You said what? You said what?
Now, it was always competitive. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, Because I mean, don't forget about baseball before then. If you're talking about just football only, okay.
Anytime we make that mention, he's talking about
because we went to the regional finals every year and we got beat by Forney every year, and then they finally moved up, and that's when we started going to state.
That was Zach Segovia's time, wasn't it? So it was.
Everybody was getting beat by him.
Yeah, so 96 and 97 PG. Actually, they were pretty good. I mean, 98 we beat them.
Decent basketball with Ryan.
They were 96, 97.
Ryan, good. He went to. God, I can't remember where he went. I was way younger. I remember watching them, but football they were all right when they had the guy that go to Arkansas State. I just went blank on him. Zealous Abbey. Yeah. Both the Abbey. Yeah. Brent was nasty too. Yeah. They were both really good.
They just ran into a Dangerfield team that was really good.
Paul McGuire was good.
Paul McGuire was good.
Now who go is it?
I'll go. This guy, he's he couldn't really break the top 10, but he was right at the end only because he was only there one year at Pleasant Grove.
Narante 3.
No, I thought about him. I thought about that guy.
Narante for me is an outlier simply because his body of work, he only played one season.
Oh my gosh!
But I mean, come on, district MVP in basketball.
Yep.
All district in football.
Yep.
I mean, the guy was just that good.
I have on here if he would have played in a running style offense, he would have went for 3,000.
Hey,
against New Boston, he had like 8 carries for like 100-something yards, and he was like averaged 15.
Listen, Narante was a different kind of guy.
Yeah.
And then you see him on the basketball court, and he was just a takeover. I mean, they had a good team. They had, of course, you had Damien, you had CJ, you had Deontay, you had yourself.
No, my brother.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, those guys were really good, and he was just. I mean, he was district MVP.
He couldn't get stopped.
Out of gym in basketball.
I put on here also that I think he's the best basketball player to come to Pleasant Grove.
Yeah. I feel you.
They packed out a gym in basketball.
And it's hard to argue
that old gym.
You couldn't get a
so
seat.
better than the Wise dude. You think he better?
Yeah. He was district MVP.
This dude.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
okay.
if you got locked up with him and he's playing defense on you were not scoring.
And that's why Damien didn't make my list because I mean Narante, nobody could really do what he did in that one year.
Got you.
I mean,
but now Damien, he could light it up.
Oh, Damien,
yeah, he was a 3-point guy.
3-point guy.
Yeah,
they had a really good team.
But I mean, when you hear Trey talk about Narante too, it's like anything he says, Trey brings him up because Trey knows Trey had to go against him.
He was a baller, man.
Yeah, Trey. I mean, that dude was a dominant.
Narante, very good pick.
Yes.
I think it's on me. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Jarian Lawson, man. Jarian Lawson was very dominant on the football field. Could have went to any D1 school to play corner, any school whatsoever. But of course, he excelled in track and field so greatly that was going to be his future, and that's exactly what he did. But he could have played any sport he stepped on the whether it was a track, the football field. He wasn't much of a hooper, but he could have done that as well. But I mean, it's hard to not have him on your list considering what he was able to do.
Wasn't he an All-State DB?
Yeah.
Thought so.
Yeah.
I mean, he was an athlete.
Could have went anywhere. Could have went anywhere.
Long.
To play football. Very long and lanky. Had the range. Could run. Had good ball skills.
I'm not doing the top 10.
Yeah, he was definitely that kind of kid, athlete.
I mean, he could have won it. He could have won whatever he wanted.
Anything.
Yeah.
In track.
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
I mean, he was on all the relays.
And
that's the thing. That's the only reason he didn't win any.
Exactly. That was a team that they were really, really loaded. They were at the state track meet. I was there. They had the Marquez Clarks. They had the Marqueston Huffs. I mean, they had Sheldon Moss. They had so many guys.
He was a sophomore.
He was young.
Look at the talent that is just talked about over the past.
Oh,
yeah.
Marquez Clark.
Yeah.
From each school, that much talent.
So, Jarian Lawson, he's number 5 on mine.
Yeah, I got him at number. So I got Will and Brandon at 1A, 1B, and then Jarian Lawson right after that.
Gotcha.
And Trey.
So, Corey, give us another name.
Man, I mean, all the ones I know, y'all done talked about.
Yeah.
I mean, Trey Carson, I got Trey, and that's just. That's why I don't like the top 10 on this stuff.
I understand.
You ain't got 10 names to go down.
I know my man. I know my man.
He ain't got 10 names.
Who you got, Lucas?
No, he ain't got 10 names to go down.
I got my brother.
Of course.
Of course. Hey, Donnie added people on the computer. He just can't.
No, actually, I ain't. I'm highlighting.
Look, man, we sitting at the table with guys that really played in the era with those guys. But when I left in '98, I mean,
right, you were oblivious to what was going on.
You played with these guys. Now there were people I came to watch because I knew who they were.
Right.
On a level, I knew about baseball. I knew about this guy right here.
Right.
But there were people that you guys actually lined up against.
For sure.
Year in and year out.
I got Michael. I can go ahead and put that out there. I have Michael and you in the same slot.
I like it.
I got
Walker
Brothers. Yeah. Michael, 3-year all district guy in basketball. Of course, you know what he did in baseball. That's you can't even compare that.
So did he play football?
He did
as a freshman.
Okay, I was about to say,
but then he was getting sacked, handing off the ball, and was like,
I'm done with that. Yeah.
He was a quarterback. Yeah. But the thing is, he was only 6 foot as a freshman.
Right.
He was really young, and then grew 6 inches until when he was a sophomore. Yeah. From his freshman to sophomore year, he grew like 5 to 6 inches and was 6'6". From then, it was just started slinging it, but. I mean, he developed well at A&M, but he had a really good he was really good basketball. He had some smaller schools.
He could have went to basketball. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I felt
played
like
hard.
If that would have been the sport of focus for him, he definitely would have excelled.
Because he could light it up from the 3 too. Like he can shoot.
Had a shot.
He's like my sister. They both could shoot, but hard for him to run a little bit.
But that's just because baseball is so hard.
Yeah.
Number one, to get to that position of the major at the MLB.
Oh, that's what I tell people all the time. You got to go through 5 divisions to get to the major leagues. Like you got to go through rookie ball, low A, high A, double A, triple A, and then to the majors.
Right.
I mean, you're talking about, and you're not making anything
It is a
during
journey.
that time.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And so that's
when you get there, then you finally start making money. But that's the reason they make so much is because they have to go through that amount of time. People don't go 10, 15 years until you get up there.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It is.
One guy wait 11 years just to get
because once you sign bonus
and they're third round picks.
Yeah.
And it takes 10 years to get up there. It's like, hey.
Exactly.
What you finna say? You was that sign bonus.
Once that sign bonus gone,
I'm going home.
You on that salary, whatever the minimum you're gonna get.
That $20,000.
Yeah.
A year.
That's
Until you get called
$1,200 a month. Whatever it is. Oh my goodness.
So Michael, of course, we know what he was able to do, but yourself. Yeah, you right there with him, man. You were an excellent baseball player, and what you were able to do on the football field, I mean, come on.
I didn't know you actually could play baseball.
Yeah.
Until a few
All-state.
weeks ago.
Yeah. So
I thought it was your brother.
No. So he was a freshman when I was a freshman when he was a senior.
Yeah.
And then after he left, that's when I started playing up there. Yep.
Yeah. And so honestly, because I knew you as a baseball player.
That's what everybody
before
knew.
I knew you were a football.
I knew him as football.
I knew him as a baseball player.
People that follow football knew me as football.
I followed
baseball.
Yeah.
But I mean, I had people telling, like my dad, Frank Halter. They all were telling me, "Hey man, go play baseball. Go play baseball. You got a future. Like you got." But I love to hit people more than I like to hit baseball. You know what I'm saying? Like it was one of those things that's what I grew up wanting to do. And
you love the baseball game, but
I love it. But and what I tell people, the practices in baseball are better, easier. But the games in football, there's nothing like those lights that are on you, and you hit somebody in the crowd. You can just hear the crowd. And you just get them goosebumps every time you run out. Strap up those pads. There's only a couple times that you can feel that kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Reinhardt said y'all squared off every year.
Yeah, they got us a couple times. They had great players over there with Milhorn. Milhorn got drafted. Austin White, UCA. Reinhardt was a great player. They
had some up now. You can tell the truth.
They had some good. Arkansas had some really good teams at that time. They beat us in 2011 when we went to state, and I think we got them my sophomore year, but I can't remember quite those games. I'm sure he knows, but. Yeah, they had some good teams over there.
I think it's on me, man. I'm going to go with Nick Robinson. Nick Robinson, man, people don't really know who that guy is.
That's a hurler?
LE. He was a hurler at LE, but I mean, he wasn't just a hurler, man. He was one of the best outfielders I've ever seen come through LE.
Did he play baseball?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey.
And on the football field,
Hey,
he was the guy, the receiver guy.
Donnie, if bowling was a sport, he's the best bowler in Texarkana.
Hey, bowling ain't no sport. Let's pause on the list real quick. I want y'all opinion real quick. Now, I don't think bowling is a sport.
Donovan, why you shaking your head, man?
I don't think bowling is a sport.
I'm messing with Donnie about if it wasn't.
I don't think bowling is a sport. I would go to my grave saying that.
It takes such a different skill set to be a really consistent good bowler.
It just take no skill. It just take no athletic ability. You just gotta know how to roll things into the direct square and make sure it curves.
Direct square.
Just him talking about it lets you know. That's why he
Do you think bowling is a sport?
Could you compete against the highest level guys? If I feel like if it's a sport, then
there has to be a
gap.
Yeah, and there is.
There's a huge gap.
There ain't no gap. I can roll a strike.
But now, do I think it takes athletic ability?
No.
I can bowl 275.
No, but
It doesn't take athletic ability.
I just had the plug. We talk about Robinson, one of the best bowlers I've ever seen.
Well, I'm just saying,
It's a skill.
okay,
It's a skill.
It is a skill.
one of those bowlers, you see what they look like.
You just
They
looking
ain't gonna tackle nobody. They ain't gonna make no shot.
Listen.
They ain't gonna hit no baseball.
You have different,
You can take an
different
athlete.
levels of athleticism.
You have an
though.
athlete that he can make a bowl. He can bowl a strike.
Yes.
Those guys.
I mean, you can take a kid
Those
and
guys
make
don't
them
have not
competitive.
one opportunity, not a zero amount of chance of tackling anybody.
But you're
at
talking
pro
about
level.
a different sport, though. You're talking about a different sport.
But somebody from the pros that play basketball, baseball, and football can do what they do.
No, some very few.
But no bowler can do what they do.
You don't know that.
I agree.
Yeah, dude, look at them.
They have.
I agree with that.
Ain't no
You
bowlers.
said they have a better
I
chance.
understand you.
There's a higher percentage that they can come
Yeah.
be a bowler, but
Right.
that bowler that is a very low chance that bowler, professional bowler, could be a football.
That's when the
professional football.
Anyway, look.
that question is never ending.
We got
because
too
you
many
can say that about
names
every
to talk
sport.
about. Too many names to talk about.
So
So,
he got me started on
yeah.
this.
Back to
bowling.
Nick Robinson.
I interjected for
Yeah,
the show.
Nick Robinson to me was a really, really great all around athlete. I mean, on the track, he set records that still stand right now. Prolific hurdler, prolific. Went to Texas A&M and was really excelled for all of the years he was there. And so you could tell the talent level was not just necessarily a high school thing. I mean, he was really that good. And so he's number 6 on my list.
See, I remember him because he was just that good in track.
He was that good. Yeah.
he was just that good
But
in track.
he was a receiver on the football field. He was hard to cover, man.
Because he didn't want to broke our uncle record.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Ricky Aubrey. He broke his record.
He broke our uncle record.
Yeah.
That's why I really know who he is. Well, the next person going on my list is Eric Warfield. Of course, I don't got to mention what he did in football, but he was also a hell of a hurdler and a high jump in track. He was one of the ones that at track meets didn't take his warm-ups off until they got to like 6'8". That's talent.
Yeah.
That's talent, and he was dominant in the 110 and 300 hurdles also. But he on my list. But I don't know where I'm gonna put him as far as number wise. But he's on my top 10 list though.
Okay. So on you, Lucas.
Yeah, because I passed.
I got some. I got. We already named all my 10.
Are you did?
But, yeah.
Hold on, but since you are.
So I got Will, Brandon, Jarian, Trey, Kobe, Walker brothers,
Rocker Brothers. Yes, sir.
Bo. This is in order. Narante, Nathan, Sorensen, and Nick Hofert.
Okay.
So I got the 10, but I do got some.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and put
Yeah.
my 10 out there. All I'm lacking is 1, 2, 3. Slade Heathcott for me was number 7.
Okay.
Slade, people don't know how good he was in football.
Didn't know he played.
Fullback.
Yes, and linebacker.
Didn't know he played. I knew he played
listen,
baseball.
His senior year, the Arkansas High game, he threw for a touchdown, ran for a touchdown, and caught a touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean he's that kind of guy. He was really good on the football field, and of course you saw what he could do on the baseball field. So he was number 7 for me. And then at number 8, already got those guys. Talked about Bo. My last one was Marquez Clark. Marquez Clark. If you don't know the name,
What can he do?
on the football field, the stats didn't really. It wasn't parallel to his talent level because of the scheme they ran. But he was really, really a good athlete. Basketball, he was a 4-year starter, defensive MVP. On the track, he was an all-state guy. They took the 4x1, 4x2 to the state track meet. He came in, I think, 5th in the open 100. I mean, the guy was just an all-around great from that school.
I played flag football with him one time. You
Yeah.
couldn't even touch his flag.
Nah, man. Shit, man. Yeah.
I mean, college. Yeah. Linebacker. Right? It's like, you threw a little bubble to him. He was a touchdown every time. It was like, man, it was like a little kid. You got to sit out this play, like, so he can play.
Exactly. So, like you, Lucas, I have a lot of guys who I felt should be mentioned
For sure.
because of their talent level and what they were able to do.
Yeah.
You wanna go ahead?
I got actually Tonti Reed on here.
Okay.
He was before my time. Grew up with his brother or his son. Sorry, not his brother, Nick. But Tonti was a great baseball player, and he played football. He was pretty good at football, but he actually ended up going to AAA in baseball. Great baseball player at Pleasant Grove. He was one of the he's probably one of the first kind of come through Pleasant Grove, be able to get out there and go compete. So I just wanted to throw his name out there. Then I got
When he graduated.
Tonti.
Yeah.
He's before you, probably 80s.
Yeah, late 80s, I believe.
70s, maybe. Or, yeah, 80s probably.
Because we didn't talk about Melvin Gray.
Yeah.
Melvin
Gray. I can talk about Melvin
Gray. Melvin Gray.
That was one guy, because I was thinking about the baseball list. I couldn't think of his name.
That's him.
Melvin Gray. Yep. Went to Seminole, then went to Auburn.
He played infield, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Shortstop.
Yeah.
Melvin Gray, man.
So the first game he ever played in baseball, he was actually he was in my grade. We were best friends growing up and everything. And then Melvin, he got called up. We were all in JV together, all of us young guys or whatever that got called up the next year. But he was on JV, and then for the playoffs, he got brought up, like normal. First game he ever started was in the state championship game.
Freshman.
At second base as a freshman.
Yeah.
And then he got called up as a freshman in football also that year, played receiver.
Yeah.
And then his senior year, he was running back his whole time. Then he became a quarterback.
Yep.
Great player.
Great.
Yeah.
I got a couple names, man, from Texas High. First, of course, Jalen Roan, really good football player, basketball player, track guy. Quan Hampton was another one who, if he weren't so short, man, that joker could have been a D1 basketball player. Same thing with Tavelius Hunt, man. He could triple jump and long jump with the best of them. Kevin Harris, of course, he was very, very, very dominant on the track. Justin Coates was a really, really good athlete from Texas High, played all around baseball, football, could have been a hooper. Got my guy Jacob Skinner.
Punter.
Yes, sir. All-state punter. Went to Arkansas, but he was a soccer player, goalie, and basketball MVP of our basketball team. I mean, the guy can really hoop, man. I mean, he was a really, really good all-around athlete. He was one of the guys that I knew back in the day who would always compete in that punt, pass, kick little tournament they would have all the time.
Yeah.
Really, really good, man. Really good athlete. And then Zach Waits, he's a non-football guy, but he every soccer record at Texas High belongs to him. Almost every tennis record at Texas High belongs to him. Really, really good athlete all around. Just don't get mentioned because he didn't play football or didn't play one of the big three, baseball.
And those two sports that you mentioned are very challenging.
Yes.
Golf frustrates you more.
Yeah. Matt Combs from Liberty Isle, man. Matt Combs, golf, baseball, football. Could have hooped. I mean, he was a Middlebrooks type guy, just not to that same success level. But he was really, really good at all the sports he participated in. Kiera Harris from Arkansas High.
So I forgot about him.
Kiera Harris, to me,
He
I saw him single-handedly beat Texas High in a basketball game his senior year. Held the ball down to the last second, then drained almost a half-court three to win the game at the buzzer. I'm talking about nasty. The guy could really, really play. Took over after Bo Bigham left and became the starting quarterback. Dominated, man. And he's a guy that I just really, really like watching, period. He was all around great.
He went to Missouri,
Missouri State.
I remember they played
and
Arkansas
balled out.
as a freshman. He started as a quarterback, and then he was at Arkansas. I was at that game.
Balled out, man.
Yeah,
he did. He was a really good athlete, man.
So I forgot about him. There's so many names I forgot until some of y'all started talking about him. I guess you just forget. You trying to think of so many names.
So many people who've come through here, man. It's really hard to gather everybody collectively and put them on a list, you know.
Well, I never did get my top 10 out. So let me tell you my top 10.
Your top 15?
Actually, on the cool, today is only 10.
Okay.
Before I started talking, it could change, but right now it's 10. But I ain't gonna put it in no way. I'm gonna get my 10 real quick. I got Middlebrooks, since I got them voted. I got Middlebrooks. I got the two Walker brothers. Did I say that your name right? Walker?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Lucas, though, not Luca.
He said Doncic earlier.
Luka Doncic. That's right.
He been saying Luka for the longest, man. For the longest.
But he been answering it, though.
He been trying to let you make it. That's why.
That's why I said Coach Walker earlier. So you didn't say Luca.
Pass on the name. Yeah.
You're right, though, Ben mentioned Josh Wheeler, man. We don't talk about him.
Well, I got the Walker brothers. That's 3. Then Trey is 4. My boy Joe Nard.
Joe.
Son, I'm gonna talk about him real because I ain't get a chance to talk about him yet. We talk about everybody but him. Joe was a nice football player. Was a nice basketball player. He was nice in that diamond. So I gotta give my boy Joseph Nard some love. He makes my top 10. Of course, Eric Warfield, Daphne Harris, Kobe Hamilton, Brandon Jones, and Charles Redmond. That's my 10.
Gotcha.
You mentioned Joe Nard, and you just made baseball even harder because I forgot about Will Lewis.
That's my classmate, Lil Will, TCU.
And there's been that 10 is gonna be hard.
There's
been way over 10 get drafted out of high school.
You gotta have a lot of guys who 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B because you're not gonna want to leave them off the list.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're gonna have about 20 guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I may put Donovan on my list.
Absolutely.
I mean, put Dunn on my list.
Zach Fowler on there. He's gonna.
Oh yeah, exactly. Venable.
Yeah.
It's a lot of guys that's again the 10. I'm gonna keep it at 10, but of course that 10 won't be 10.
Yeah. I think the only way you're gonna be able to do it is to do like I did today and have a cutoff period. Like all my guys were in the 20-year frame. There's no way I could go back from that because there's just been so many talented guys through here. I mean, you think about the baseball greats, like you said, Fowler a minute ago. What about his dad? You know, his dad was a baller. So, I mean, it's just gonna be so many guys who you're gonna want to put on there, but it's gonna be very
now, real quick, give me y'all top five out
of the 10 that we
did?
Yeah, Okay, for me, number 1, Brandon Jones. Number 2, Will Middlebrooks. Number 3 was Trey Carson. Number 4 was Nathan Sorensen. And number 5 for me was Kobe Hamilton / Jarian Lawson.
See you can say this, my list doesn't change. Because Nate Sorensen on my list, and I didn't yell him out. So he's on my list. But.
Who was your top 5?
My top 5, number 1 was Will. Number 2 was Brandon. Number 3 was Jarian. Number 4 was Trey. And number 5 was my brother, then Kobe.
But actually, I got to add 2 more to my list. Then I'm done.
Who your top 5?
I can't do it.
Okay. Well, Danny,
I got to add.
That's tough. That's tough right there.
I got to add 2 more to my list because I forgot to say Nate Sorensen. He got to be on my list. But I also got to put Ryan Sellers on my list.
Okay. And again, I told you guys why he wasn't on mine.
Yeah.
But if I would have included this year, he would have been in the top 10 in him and Braylon.
Dang. That changed. But I got my boy on my list.
Who, Braylon?
Yep.
See?
Well,
now I'm done.
I can definitely go baseball, but I can actually look at Ryan's body of work on the football field and the baseball.
Braylon is a little hard.
Yeah, Braylon's hard, but I can actually look at Ryan's body.
And Ryan was a hooper. And had he continued to hoop, he probably would have been a really, really good all-district guy.
Yeah.
He just, quit playing.
I mean, so how did you not have?
Because he played football.
Why would we have? Just because LaMichael went to the league don't mean he make everybody top 5.
No, LaMichael, of course, he did really well in football and in track, but
he did okay in track.
He did okay in track. He was on a relay.
That was it.
He did okay in track. He was not no top 5 athletes.
A lot of guys want us to include LaMichael in these things, but he didn't do enough in other sports.
No, he didn't. He made the football stuff. That's what he did.
The top 3 are from LE.
When I was composing my list, I looked at it and I was like, dang, I got like 7 guys.
Actually, my top 4 from LE.
Mine is filled with LE guys.
But Hub, we did give you some Arkansas High some love.
Yeah, we did.
I got Bo.
Bo Bigham. I talked about Kiera. Talked about Fred Rose.
See, my list has changed again.
Oh, you got about Bo.
That's why you can't do that stuff, man.
Bo got to go on my list. Yeah. Bo has to go on my list.
Bo has to be on there.
Yes, Bo has to be on my list.
Yeah. I sat here and knew that Jarian Lawson was a All-State DB and still didn't.
Man.
What? Still didn't mention it.
But think about it though, even Torrey Thurston. Torrey Thurston was a nice football player. Actually, he was very good in football, but he was a real nice baseball player.
Yeah. So
his name can be worthy of mentioning. Because Torrey Thurston was good in both.
He sure was.
Yes, he was.
Just so much talent, man. It's guys like, I ain't even mentioned Nathan Jones and Quentin Hope. Those guys were three sports stars. 3 sports stars. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's too many people.
That's the reason why. Because Quentin Hope could probably do it. He's a do-it-all.
All of them.
See, I didn't mention Craig Monroe in my top 10. I heard about him, but I don't know enough about him.
Same.
Yeah. Of course, we all know baseball when he was in baseball.
Yeah.
But I don't know what he was in every other sport.
Right.
How good he was. He played, yes. But how good was he? I don't know.
Right.
You're going to get the parts of baseball you can't go back so far because the Sellers twins, the twins, Kevin was almost a 40 player back when they was condensed down.
Right.
And it wasn't so many schools. Kevin Sellers was almost 40 player of the year, and that was very hard to do back in the mid-90s.
Yeah, what's hard about this is these guys, a lot of these guys have they're really, really strong in one sport. Really strong in one sport. So it makes you think about, or it makes you not think about the rest of it.
If you're going top 5, top 10, now you're getting down to high school, where you first team All-State in
2 sports.
In 2 sports. Like Trey Cox can make that case.
Yeah,
he can.
I got him. Yeah, I agree.
See, again, for me, the Daphne Harris lady, she would have to make. She's in my top 5. Yeah. Again, on the fast how she dominated, just the way she dominated, I haven't ever seen it before. And I don't know if we ever will because, again, she dominated everything she played.
Yeah. I agree.
Like Hub, I get what you're saying, Hub, but some people didn't go back so far, because due to Coach Walker, he didn't get to see Corey Kelly or Ed Warfield play. I didn't get to see them really play.
I know who they are
though.
Yeah.
They are elite. They are elite athletes,
and it speaks volumes that we know who they are, and because you didn't get to watch them play,
right? So many.
I mean, of course, a lot of these guys, we didn't get to see play, but their name just rings so loud.
Yeah, that you got to respect that part.
Yeah,
that's like going back with Roddy Haley, what Coach Joe said earlier, talking about Roddy Haley. Those guys, Efforts Murphy, and
I mean, because whenever I do the track list, those guys, their name still rings in track.
Shoot, yeah.
So they regardless if we see them or not, they exactly, legends.
Yeah, there's like some people you don't need to talk about. The best. They're like, we know they're the best. We know they're some of the best guys.
They're already up there.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I understand that.
Give this generation, give these guys in this time enough to shine because it's different. It's a different time now.
So I'm trying to decide whether or not to do basketball, top 10 basketball, or the baseball. Either one gonna be. I think the baseball gonna be a whole lot harder than the basketball. Dude,
sure.
Texarkana has so many baseball.
Basketball,
players.
are you gonna do boys and girls?
Yeah,
I mean you mix because that's gonna be
Monty Wright.
Monty Wright's gonna be.
Yeah, no. See, that's how I do
Sade
mine. I'm not gonna separate.
Erica Rich.
I'm not gonna separate the guys from the girls. I'm gonna put everybody on top 10.
Yep. There's been more girl success in basketball in Texarkana. I feel that I know that has been.
No, that's true.
Yeah,
100%.
Because the only ones you can think of in Texarkana is the kid from Pleasant Grove, the tall kid with the Colorado and Arkansas.
Right. This
him.
got the D1 looks like
and
that.
And then, of course, my nephew CJ.
Yeah, because he's at FIU.
Tavondrick.
Yes.
Tavondrick.
But hey, see, another mention. When you mention him, you can't mention him without mentioning his sister.
You can.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I mean, you can't talk girls basketball in Texarkana without mentioning her name.
Yep. And then, then you got to go back, like I was saying earlier, that the Ryan cat, he went big D1 out of high school. He could light it up from anywhere. And he was from Pleasant Grove. But
which one? Who you say?
His name's Ryan. His last name might be Ryan. I can't remember his name. God, I'll find out. But what I was going to say is these lists are going to be hard to beat because kids are starting to go one sport.
Yeah. True.
Wow. And that's something that I just can't get with.
That's just what it's. But I think the reason, what you were saying with the girls' basketball, I think it's a lot easier to go from volleyball to basketball than it is football to basketball.
I'm with you.
Kind of correlates with it.
But I do feel like the baseball.
Ryan Brown, that was his name.
I think the baseball is going to be more harder.
It is.
To do.
Because there's so many.
It's so many baseball that was actually like real good.
Really good.
Oh, yeah.
A lot
of them around here.
Man, now I think that may be the hardest list to do, period. Regardless if it's football or not, I think the baseball is going to be hard because, man, there's so many good baseball.
I mean, we look at all these athletes on here.
Yeah.
90% of them played baseball.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah. It's gonna be real tough.
So you're gonna kind of look at it like the body work in high school, the work they did. I mean, how do you separate a first round high school draft pick?
At one point you gotta the body work. A lot of it's gonna be even. So this is gonna have to what they do outside of high school. Yeah, it's gonna have to get to that point.
Yeah. Did you get drafted the first round?
It's gonna have to get to that point.
That's huge.
Well,
what they do next?
First round pick.
That's huge.
Yeah.
But then, once you get past that, it's like, what do they do after that? And then I have a strong case for that.
Yeah. Really, it's gonna have to come down to that. Like, what do they do after high school? Because high school, a lot of these guys gonna be even.
Yeah.
So then, how can you choose? No, you gotta keep going down the list.
In that case, brother, probably.
Oh yeah,
brother,
three
I know
times
that.
first team All American.
That's gonna be easy.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was first round pick too out of high school.
But
that says
and
he also came off a torn ACL his senior year in football.
Who?
Heathcott.
That says enough in itself, but that's still your brother.
Oh yeah. I told well, because that's when you're thinking about after.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
I think somebody said about going one spot. I think kids should enjoy every sport especially in high school.
Find something they love
in high school.
Like, find something you love, and like what I tell people with that is like, you're going to develop adversity in every single sport, right? So the sport that you're not comfortable with, it's going to help you for the sport you're comfortable with through that hard times.
That's good.
And you keep working towards that. I think it helps you.
But now, going back to the baseball, has it been anyone other than your brother
Baseball?
that
Cody
has
White.
a long stint like he has?
Oh, Cody White was a AAA guy.
I mean, you had.
You're talking. Oh, Dustin Mosley. He was
there for a little bit.
7-8 year guy.
Yeah.
So
Will Middlebrook's a 5 guy, 5'6".
yeah, that's
And a
okay.
World Series.
Now, how long did the what's called guy, the McKnight guy, pitching?
Tony.
How long
I
did he
forgot
do?
Tony was the first round pick too.
Yeah, he's the first rounder.
Yeah, I don't know.
And not very
Craig
long.
Monroe was there long.
Great. Yeah. Tony was. I don't know if Tony was 2 or 3. Maybe not even.
So
one.
far as like, how long has your brother been?
So at the All-Star break, he just finished 8 years. So he's going.
So
on
has
9.
anybody besides Monroe did at least 8?
I don't think so.
Has anybody besides them two did that long of a stint?
I don't think
Well,
so.
Shane's not from, but I don't know.
Shane was
there for a
18.
while.
Yeah, but he's
Shane
not.
Halter.
Yeah, but
He hooks.
But that was with the minor leagues too.
Yeah.
So I guess with the minor leagues, my brother's done 9. But yeah, Drew Stubbs. That's an Atlanta guy though.
yeah,
That dude could fly.
that he could. Him and his brother.
He would have been on the list.
Yeah, but his brother would. Now the little brother was faster, but I think the big brother was just overall a better athlete.
Drew playing at Texas, he lay down the button in a heartbeat.
Oh, good.
Bye.
He played a long
And actually,
time.
that was one guy I thought was going. The big brother. I thought he was gonna make it.
Yeah.
I thought he
What
was. Because he even did. I thought I somewhat kept up with him, but just because he was this close to Texarkana.
Yeah.
And I thought he actually had a good career at Texas. I could be wrong.
He did. I mean, they won. I actually won a national championship while he was there.
I did it.
They won a national championship when he was there.
At Texas?
Yeah.
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 Oh, okay.
Early 2000s,
Yep.
wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be a good list right there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good
hard
list. A good hard list. I'm already knowing my top 10 gonna turn to about maybe top 25. Cause I'm gonna have a bunch of 1A, 1Bs, and Cs and Ds and E's.
I know who my one is.
That should
I
be
do
one of everybody
too.
though.
I
That should be
mean-
a census across the board. Number one.
The fact that I can still turn my TV on
Oh, yeah.
and he pitched.
Friday night, he pitches.
He had a great game.
Yeah. So as a starter this year, he's 3.2 ERA, but then sometimes he relieves and struggles with that a little bit. But
Let me ask this, man. Since
Sorry,
we got you
yeah.
here, how competitive was it between you and your brother?
we're only a year and a half apart. You know, it was one of those things that that's all we did growing up.
Yeah.
Compete. And the same thing with my little sister. She was the meanest one of us all.
She works harder.
She was 5 years younger than us, and
she
she
grinds
worked.
hard, man.
I'm telling you, man. Before it's Shaniqua, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Before she came up, Brett was probably the best basketball player to come through.
I got you.
Women's from Pleasant Grove.
Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, she had the most threes. I think the most points.
She
before
worked
came.
hard.
Yeah,
man.
she worked hard.
before.
So
she
let
went
me
there,
ask this
she
question:
worked
how many?
hard.
No, if y'all was competing, y'all playing basketball, and it got heated. How many tussles have y'all got in that you
Too
lost?
many. Oh, that I lost? Not too many. No. I was always the bigger one. Yeah, he was tall. Hey,
He's the bigger
Christmas time, probably like 4 years ago, we got into it too. And I mean, it's just one of those things that brothers, it's just that's what we grew up doing, was just competing the whole time. And
So I watched you. I gotta ask you this question. I watched you play the preseason game with the Cowboys. How was that experience?
good. You know, it was one of those things that I only got a cup of coffee there, but it
Was the game fast? I mean, was it? Just,
yes and no, but just obviously more calls, more playbooks bigger, but it's one of those grinds that I don't wish I could go back and change things, but it's kind of one of those things that I love being there, and I love playing football, but it just wasn't my time.
Now, was you a Cowboy fan? Like,
No, I wasn't.
oh, you wasn't?
I was actually a Green Bay Packer fan.
Oh, yeah?
That's why my little sister's name's Brett.
Oh,
After
okay.
Brett Favre.
yeah, you and Trey and my family. My
I was
father-in-law.
a huge Packer fan growing up, and because I was born in Iowa, moved down here, so you cheer for the Bears or Packers up there. So
My father-in-law
yeah.
was driving to Wisconsin in 2 weeks of spring training.
I've been to a game there too when I was a kid. It was nothing like it.
Well, man, I appreciate you taking the time out this morning, man, coming through. Maybe we can go ahead and close this show. I look forward to you if you accept the invite to come back.
For sure. Come on.
All week.
That being said, hey, if y'all would like and share this live feed, if the Lord say so, we'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock sharp. This is the best sports morning show inside of heaven because my mama said so.